Here's the small cake. It has 14 pieces. I've done half of the pieces in green and half in white so that it's easy to see where the pieces cross each other. I have two large pieces that are going to go in the very center. Notice these have these large square windows. Then I have four medium-sized pieces that will go around, another four medium ones, and four little tiny ones. So I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to work my way out. So first I locate the center slot in each one of these middle pieces and I put those two pieces together. Now I'm going to take a green one and I'm going to slide it right up here, so all my green pieces are going to be parallel. I'm going to do the same on the other side. This is the slot I'm using on the white one, and I'm using the center slot on the green one, like so. And now I have three green pieces on here, and they each have a slot down here, and this white one has three slots, and they're going to go right up here on the three green pieces. And again, the same thing on the other side. That was the easy part. Now the rest of these pieces are going to be of the type that fit inside of each other, which does mean you have to do some flexing. So this piece can go on next, and notice here I have a longer slot on this piece and then a shorter one on the bottom. So first I want to use the longer slot. That means I'm going to have less flexing to do if I use the longer slot first. And now to get this through, I have to flex the white piece and pull it through so that these little tiny slots on the bottom are engaged. Now this is still not finished because I need to put this slot and this slot go inside of here. The reason for the window is to be able to flex the piece as it goes in. So first I'm going to start with the longer slot on the top and work that one through. So I just pull it there, and now I need to flex it to finish pulling it through like this. And there it is. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So first I start with the upper part, and I'm pushing this through so that I'm engaging the longer slot, and now I'm going to flex this piece to pull it through here. Now everything should be fairly bent up, so to straighten it out, let's close the model. I like to wiggle it a little bit, close it the other way, wiggle it a little bit. That should straighten out your paper. You want to use good paper with this, otherwise you are going to have a big mess. So I'm just doing the same thing on the other side with the same pieces. I'm flexing the white one to pull it through, and now I've got to work these side ones. So first I'm going to pull this green one through the white on the top where the longer slot is located. Make sure it's engaged all the way, and now flex this green piece and pull it through. Same thing on the other side. Trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And flex this piece, pull it through, straighten everything out, and make sure that the one in the center hasn't come out. And now let's close the model again, flex it, straighten everybody up. Now we can put the other pieces on the other sides here. So again, I have the same thing in the center. I have a longer slot at the top here and a shorter one at the bottom. So first I'm going to slip this onto the longer slot like so, and now I'm going to flex this through like this, and now I've got to work these slots into this hole like we did before. This time I can do a little bit easier because I can use this slot on the bottom here to give myself a little flexing room. That kind of helps. And we'll pull this through here on the bottom. Yes, it looks like a mess. It'll be fine when it's finished. There's just a lot of twisting on this model. It's going to go through there, go down, engage this longer slot on the top, and I'm going to flex the white piece to pull it through like this. Now I have these smaller pieces like the one I just did on the other side, and they have these long slots, one on the bottom and one on the top. So I need to twist these a little bit, kind of like twisting a bag tie or something, like this to engage those, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Like this. And once again, let's straighten everything out. It's a good idea on this model to make sure you look on the bottom, make sure that everything is lined up and nothing is popped out of place. We're almost there. This is the other one that's a little tricky. So now we have this white piece, and again it's going to go in the center here. And I'm flexing the green piece to bring it through. And now I'm going to work this one through on one side. Take that long slot, use that to my advantage to be able to twist this down, get the long slot engaged on the top, and flex it through, like so. And now on this one, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now if you have the stencil set for this model, it's a really good idea to do the large one first, because this really does look kind of like a tangly mess, but there is some logic to it. There we go. Okay. And now let's twist our little side pieces together. And on the other side. And straighten everybody out. Flex it, fold it, flex it again. And the last pieces are not too tough. So here I have a green one, and notice on this center piece here, I've got a longer slot on the bottom than on the top. So first I'm going to use that longer slot on the bottom and pull it up, and it'll just slide right over. There's no room to flex anything anymore, and you don't need to. So now notice these slots are longer than these on the top. See, these are a little bit longer. So I'm going to put those in first on these side slots, push it down and let that come through, and do the same on the other side and just let it come through. So there's no really flexing or twisting or bending on this part. This part's quite easy. Slide her up and feed it through on one side, and then feed it through on the other side for a green one. So I'm just doing the same thing all the way around. And now we just have one more to go. I'm going to slide up in the center, over the top, there. And now that little one's going to go in there, and the top's going to come through, and this little one's going to go in here, and the top's going to go through. Okay, so straighten it all out when you're done, and make sure everything's working properly on the top and the bottom, and there's a little cake.